Over the past 6 months, I have bought hundreds and hundreds of football cards. I've got cards sitting around that haven't even been listed yet, and I have others that are on eBay and Vinted for too high a price. When cards aren't selling, this means that my money isn't moving, which means that I can't reinvest and take advantage of new deals that I see. So this week, I'm changing that. For 7 days, I'm going all in on selling. I'm renewing old listings, listing everything I've been putting off, and being as flexible as I can on prices. What's the goal? To sell consistently for an entire week and see how much I can actually make. So as you can see on the screen, we are now identifying the cards that I believe will be suitable for this week's challenge. First off, I'll just show you what my kind of spreadsheet means. So this is a spreadsheet that I use to track every income and outgoing. I'll just run you through the columns at the top. So we've got the player name, the manufacturer, the set, the year, whether it's numbered or a case hit, if it's being graded, if it's an autograph or not. And then there's a few columns which I've blacked out, which is just like where I got it from, the order number, that kind of thing. I've got the date purchased as well, which is particularly useful for this challenge. And I've also got the price paid, you can see on the right hand side. So as you can see, there's a lot of cards on here to go down and go through, and as I'm talking, we'll start going down it. But basically, I will not be targeting cards that I think will do well in a showcase. So in a month's time, I have got the Milton Keynes Sports Card Social coming up. Essentially, I just want a bit of cash for that really. So just trying to clear out some backlog. So certain cards that I think will do well will be like, yeah, case hits, Chelsea autographs, anything graded. I want in my showcase really. So they're off limits for this challenge. Some cards that I will highlight and just talk about quickly. There's a Saka case hit. I paid very cheap on this. It was like £7.50 all in. I've got a Messi 2010 Facsimile autograph. I paid, I think, about £10 for that, and it's just been sat here for a while. I wanted to grade it, but yeah, I think it would be good for this challenge. I have got a load of Chelsea lineage cards. These are particularly good because I think, to be honest, maybe I listed them quite high, so I'll take them off of eBay, relist them at sensible prices, and hope for a quick sale there. If not, I can reach out to people on Instagram that I know that collect the set. I've got a big bundle of 2016 black gold, which I'll do at a discounted price on Instagram sales. I've got some small Yamal cards for sale, and also some Premier League autographs, so like Emil Smith-Rowe, Bernardo Silva, Michael Laudrup, so just kind of household names that I need to price correctly to get the sales in. Another quick win that I can mention is that I have a lot of Pokemon products sealed. So for example, there's 2 Perfect Order blister packs, I've got an ETB, and I also have some Ascended Heroes. So some of it will be listed, again, just to get cash in and move it on really. Pokemon isn't my speciality, so I'm happy to move that for the right price. So as you can see by the bottom right hand corner, we have a total of 42 cards that I've highlighted. The price that I paid for all these cards is roughly £320. It's not what I expect to get back for them all, but I mean, it's good to know, and then we can see at the end of the video kind of how these specific cards did over the week that I'm giving myself. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and update the listings and make new listings. The first one is this Messi Inception out of 49, which I picked up recently. Vinted is really good for getting cards listed on their app. I mean, you literally just put a title, a picture, a price, how you need to ship it, and a bit of a description, and that's it. You're ready to list. And you can also choose whether it's Panini or Topps. They just make it so easy, as you can see from this recording. Next up, we have a Michael Laudrup. This currently has 3 views with 1 watcher, and I bought this card back in February this year. The comps, the last sale is really high, but before that it's between like £20 and £30. I'm gonna reduce my listing to £25 with offers on, and also accept anything over 20, just to try and get this sold, so fingers crossed. Next up, we have a Saka case hit. This is quite a nice card, but Saka in an England kit just doesn't get a lot of attention. The comps on this are anywhere between kind of like £9 and £15, so quite a cheap card, to be honest. I'm just going to go ahead and make a few changes to the description, just because I'm not exactly happy with how it is. So if people search, like, they can find it easier now. So I'll put the price at £12 and auto accept anything over £10, and we'll see how that goes. Next up, we've got some lineage. So the first one is a Kerry Dixon out of 75. I don't need to change anything on this, just the price at £9. And then we have another lineage, this time Petr Cech. Everything is fine on this, but the description needs changing. It had Mark Gu's name on, so we changed the description, reduced the price to £11.50, auto accept anything over 9, and it is good to go. And lastly, for the lineage, we have a John Terry out of 25. This is a really nice card. I'm surprised it hasn't sold sooner, to be honest, but I'm just going to reduce it to £18 and set the offers up as well. And finally, we have this Messi 2010-2011 Autographo. It's not graded or anything, so I'm just going to have a look at comps. As you can see, there's an authentic that sold for 70, a PSA 9 for 170, and then you've got some non-graded for 26, for 44, so it's a bit all over the place, this one. I think what I'll do is I'll just list it for £55, accept anything over 45, and just kind of see what interest it gets over the next few days. So we are now on day 2 of the challenge, and there are 6 sales to report so far. The first, it wasn't anything that I changed on eBay. I've just been like flexible with the price on this. It's this Estaval out of 10. If you remember from a few weeks ago, I picked it up as part of a 5-card lot. I paid on profit and loss sheet £50, and I've received £78 after fees. So yeah, a nice £28 profit there. Then as part of the challenge, you'd have seen that I changed the listings on some Chelsea lineage cards, 3 of which have sold. So we have got the Colwill, the Dixon and the Terry. The Colwill I paid £5.14, received £5.98, about a 20% profit. The Terry out of 75 I paid £2.25, received £10 off of Vinted, so over £7 profit, so it's like triple, almost quadruple my money on that one card. So I mean, it's great. I should have priced it a lot better earlier on. And finally, from that lot, the Dixon, it was to the same guy on Vinted. I sold that for £9 and I paid £4.30 for that. So a nice double of my money again on the Kerry Dixon out of 75. Next up, we have this Emil Smith Rowe. This is a loss for myself. I paid £5. I sold it for about £3.80, £1.20 loss. And you know, like, the whole point of this challenge is to just get money in and to be ready for the next card show and to pick up bigger and nicer cards to bring people to the table. So yeah, it's a loss, but it's money in and we move on. And the last sale for day 2 is this Erling Haaland Topps Chrome Bundesliga, and it's out of 99. I believe I paid £8 or £9 for this Haaland, and I sold it on eBay to a guy in Austria actually, so I do wonder if he's a Red Bull Salzburg collector or like a Haaland collector. Regardless, I sold it online on eBay for £18. There are a couple of fees to pay, so I took £15 off the fees, so a nice £7 profit there. So again, like another one where I've just taken a lower offer just to get it gone. But yeah, that's the end of day 2. So 6 sales in total so far, and let's see if we can keep the ball rolling. We are now on to day number 3. Today, just 3 sales to go over, 2 of which are the same. 2 of these Pokemon Perfect Order blister packs. I paid £14.99 for each of them, and I sold them both for £15 on eBay. It's a break even, but to me, I'm just happy to have the money back. Like, I don't really know too much about Pokemon. I looked at the list, the checklist for Perfect Order, and there wasn't really anything in there for me. The other sale that we have is a Perfect Order ETB, which is already packed and ready to go. I paid £45 for that off of Amazon, and I sold it for about £58, so nice £13 profit. So stay tuned for day number 4. Let's see if we can keep the sales rolling. Day number 4, unfortunately, no sales today. We have had a couple of deals fall through on Vinted. That's kind of the trouble with Vinted. Like, people can make offers and they can still of like back out of the deal, you know. So a little bit frustrating in terms of what it means for the challenge, but yeah, we'll keep pushing on and keep sending out these offers on Vinted. Welcome back once again. Day number 5 is upon us, and we have got 3 very quick sales to go through. The first one is this Lamine Yamal, tops now from Euro 2024, paid £5 for it, sold it for £5. I think that's as good as it's going to get for a Lamine Yamal tops now. They are so overprinted, so yeah, just £5 back. The next 2 sales, again, they're kind of like lower value cards, but the first one is this Anthony Elanga autograph. I put it on eBay for £8 and I got the full asking price, so happy days. And the second card is this Miguel Almiron, numbered out of 50 from Topps. These actually sold to the same buyer, so I saved a couple of quid on postage there. I paid £15 for it. After fees, I received £20. So yeah, nice £5 profit there. I also have a couple of deals ongoing. I'm hoping we can wrap 1 or 2 more up today, so stay tuned. We are now on day number 6 of this challenge, and yeah, it's been a good start to the day. I had 2 sales to go through. So the first is this Enzo Fernandez Panini Instant from 2024, 2022 World Cup. I paid, I want to say £5.20, and after fees on eBay I've received £5.13, so another loss, but another £5 in that was just kind of sat in my drawer. So the next sale that we have, I didn't really plan on selling this, but in the grand scheme of how this challenge has been going and kind of what the parameters are, I was kind of accepting offers that I thought were kind of fair, and if it made sense, like I've made a bit of money, then sure, I'd accept the offer. So I paid £22.50 for this Jude Bellingham PSA 8, and I received £30 on eBay. So yeah, a nice £7.50 profit. I was going to keep it for my showcase for the Milton Keynes Sports Card Social, but when profit's there, I feel you'd be silly not to take it, really. The action for the rest of the day, I'm going to do another Instagram story sales tonight. I'm not sure what I'm going to put up there just yet, but I'm going to price it really aggressively and just reach out to a few more people and try and get some sales in before the 7 days is up for this challenge. We are now on day number 7. This is the final day of the challenge, and I have made a real push on Instagram to try and get some more sales in. Firstly though, I will show you the sale offer Vinted for the Saka. Here it is. It is the Case Hit Artistic Impressions. For the Saka, I paid about £7.50. I've received £8.50, so a nice pound profit. And again, money back in to put into more cards. The next deal that I have is a 5-card bundle, and this is from a buyer who he's bought from me before. He bought off of me on eBay, and that was for like a £400 lot. It was all like kind of messy PSA slabs. So this is a very different bundle that he's bought. The first card is this Ronaldo Tops Now. I paid £4, sold it for £4. The next card is this Danny Welbeck Tiger Prism. Really nice card, new Chelsea player. For the Welbeck, I paid £4 and I've received £4.50. Next up, we have this Jude Bellingham. I paid £4 all in and I've received £6. Looking at comps on Card Ladder, I probably could have received closer to like £8, but hey, it's just good to get a deal done, and especially with this guy, like I've done a deal with him before. He's a really nice guy, so yeah, happy to sort him out there. Next card, Pedri from Topps Deco out of 99. Paid £4.50, received £4.50. And the 5th and final card is this Julian Alvarez patch from Obsidian, numbered out of 50. I paid £6.50 and I have received £5, so a loss on this one. Overall though, I'm about break even on those 5 cards. And it's £22 back to me after postage, so yeah, like nothing to be sniffed at really. I'm happy with that. And the third sale that I have right now is this Harry Kane from Panini Black Gold. It is the Silver Stars medallion. I paid £14 for this Kane all in, and I have received £20. This is another sale from my Instagram stories post, another really good profit margin on that card. And the next lot is a 7-card bundle on Instagram, all to the same buyer. The first card is this Messi Tops Now, arriving at PSG. The second is this Messi World Cup 2024 sticker. And then we've got Messi Tops 30 Seasons UCL. Then we have Ronaldo Euro 2024 Shiny Captain sticker. Ronaldo Euro 2008 and Ronaldo 2020 sticker. And finally, in this bundle, we have got the Lamine Yamal tops now from Euro 2024. So yeah, really nice bundle going out there and a nice healthy profit after shipping. Okay, so I did have a couple more sales to run through. I have been to the post office this morning, so I can't actually show you the cards, but I had a Shay Given off Instagram. That was from Black Gold 2016. I bought it for about £2, sold it for £10. So after postage, I net £8.50. And then I just had 3 small auction sales on the final day of the challenge. That was an Ezri concert out of 199, sold for £1. Christian Pulisic out of 25, sold for £3. And a Lautaro Martinez Futera out of 15, sold for about £2. Another 3 sales, and it all kind of just adds in for the week. So this is the part that I've been most excited to share. As the week has kind of progressed and gone forward, I have known that this is kind of shaping up to be a really, really good week for the business. My average kind of week for the business looks normally anywhere between like, I don't know, 6 and 10 sales. So we can call it an average of 8 sales per week. And this week I had 21 sales, and that's not 21 cards, that's 21 sales. So in some sales there were multiple cards, so like 4 or 5 cards, as you would have seen. I mean, it's gone way above and beyond like how well I thought I could do for this week. It just kind of shows that if you push yourself, you can really get through the backlog and kind of make an improvement for the business. There were a few cards that I wanted to sell as part of the challenge. For example, like a couple of the Messi stickers, they would have been like nice incomes for the challenge, but they're not sold and they're going to be in the showcase at the first show that I've been at. So I mean, that's not a bad thing by any means. It's actually quite good that I still have those and that I can show them to people, because they're kind of, one of them is like a 20-year-old sticker, so I mean that's nice to have in itself. Okay, so as you can see, I'm back a day later. I had filmed the outro of the video and given my 3 key points, but unfortunately my microphone died, so all that footage was lost. So here we are. The first key point that I realised after selling these cards for 1 week is that consistency does matter, and that is consistency in terms of listing and renewing your cards, whether that be on eBay, Vinted, Instagram, whatever sales outlet you use. Consistency does matter. By being active every day, it keeps things fresh and it gives you a chance each day to have more eyes on your cards and different people look at your cards. Which leads us on to point number 2. More listings is more opportunities. This is essential because it increases who views your cards. It also gives you a chance to connect with more people, and whether they buy something from you or not, it doesn't really matter, because the more connections you have, the more relationships you have, it makes the hobby kind of more interesting, and you never know like what it may lead to in the future. And finally, point number 3 is pricing a card correctly. This is something that I struggle with. I often put my cards over comps, and I think like, oh, if they're over comps, somebody will offer full comp. But no, I think if you want a sale quickly and you just aren't like really trying to maximize the margin, especially online where people can offer you freely, it's better to put it at comp and just be flexible with the pricing that you offer. And you just have to make sure that you kind of use all the sales data, so like eBay sold listings, card ladder, 130 point, whatever it is you find easiest to use. Just make sure you use that and get the price sorted that way. So this has been an absolutely amazing week for my business. I've thoroughly enjoyed it, and I hope that kind of comes across in this video. I mean, I've spent hours kind of editing this and putting it all together for you as well. This week was a one-off in terms of kind of the cards that I've got through, but it won't be a one-off going forward. This is the new output that I'm going to be putting in every week to make sure that my sales stay much higher than they have been. If you enjoyed this video as much as I've enjoyed making it, I would truly appreciate a like and a subscribe to the channel. There will be more content coming soon, such as a first-time vendor POV. I have more grading returns coming, and I will be sharing with you more business analysis, so how I do month on month and kind of what my weekly process looks like. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, make sure you subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video.